The unpredictability of Isagi Yoichi threads a light of hope through Blue Lock, threatening France. And now it is an all-out battle between France and Japan in the final 2 minutes. Blue Lock chapter 345 is here. Let's talk about it. So the chapter begins with the last one left off, with Isagi now having the ball, with the narrator saying Isagi died in the colors of rebellion stands in Hugo's way. As Hugo says, Isagi Yoichi. His expression has changed. I feel a bottomless surge of concentration. As Hugo in the next page thinks to himself, how did he manage to intercept this ball in the first place? Judging by the flow of the attack, scoring is impossible. So is he aiming for the loose ball? As he continues to think with Metavision activated, he states, will he take it on a dribble himself? In any case, a shot from here is too far. Picturing Isagi passing, thinking to Bado, Shido, or Rin looking at Isagi and what he just did. As Hugo continues saying, or play a vertical pass to one of the three up front. We then cut to Isagi approaching Hugo, with Hugo saying, come at me, Isagi Yoichi. Which destiny will you choose? As to everyone's surprise, Isagi instead passes it to Kurosu, as this takes Hugo by surprise, saying sideways, and Kurosu too is taken by surprise. Isagi, now determined, says, let's go, fellow number 2, with Gagamaru, Aiku, and Hiyori looking on, surprised at what just happened. As all of them wonder, you plan to enter the crow-centered system? As we see Isagi run with the puzzle pieces forming in that of a crow, with Kurosu looking at Isagi saying, that's a cute move. As expected, even the Demon King bows to me. Let's go, extraordinary number 2, as they pass back and forth to each other around Hugo and Charles. As Charles says, huh? A 1-2 here? As Layden says, wait, I'm panicking. As another French player says, improve and adapt. Watch out for those two, Isagi and Kurosu breaking through the center. We then cut to Rin seeing this happen, saying, Isagi, if he and I use a combination, we can break through. He switched over to the crow to make me, Rin, and just cast me aside. As we see Rin enter his destruction flow, with 2 additional minutes being added on to the game. We then see from the sideline Chigiri and Bachida cheering on Kurosu and Isagi, with Chigiri saying, push forward everyone, as Bachida says, score it, last chance. As the announcer says, only 2 additional minutes of time left. Will the reigning champion France escape with the win, or will the challenger Blue Lock Japan catch up? As both Isagi and Hugo are running next to each other, Hugo says, I've been waiting for this moment, Isagi Yoichi. So it was fate, huh? Me sticking to being the team's number 2. Do you understand why I've been guiding you in Japan all this way? Matching you to your aptitude. My dream is winning the World Cup 4 times. For that, France needs to keep leveling up by fighting against strong rivals. In other words, I need football players around the world to embrace their destinies. As we see Hugo transform into his cyborg version, he says, you pass, Japan. Now, in a showdown between 2 players at 100% aptitude, let's determine the ultimate conclusion. We then see Kurosu pass to Isagi. As Hugo breaks off from Isagi, Isagi passes it to Hiyori, as Hiyori then passes it to Otoya. Otoya then takes the opportunity to pass back to Kurosu, as Kurosu immediately passes it right back to Isagi, as Isagi then passes it right back to Kurosu, throwing France's defense off considerably. As this is happening, Hiyori makes an observation saying, amazing, by Isagi making connections on par with Kurosu's, Blue Lock enters a new dimension, as Kurosu gets past a French defender, saying it's coming, extraordinary one, as he passes it back to Hiyori, with Hiyori saying the goal is 26 meters away. Kurosu then pulling exactly what he did earlier in the game, with Hiyori asking, can he shoot the same scoring opportunity as that first goal? But just then, the multiple options that Hiyori never had start to open, as he states, no, even better than before. He can also pass to Shido or Bado. There are a ton of scoring options. The best situation created by Kurosu, as Kurosu says, now choose. My best choice. As Metavision is activated for both Hiyori and Kurosu, Hugo gets involved and says, I won't let you. Bado is going down. With Charles on Shido saying, okay, Shido's mine. With Loki saying, indeed. Even if his options have increased, in the end, Taking Hiyori and Kurosu by surprise, Loki abuses his speed again and catches right up to Hiyori in no time flat, saying if I erase each individual goal pattern, it's checkmate, a bunch of stray egoists, as Loki is in the flow. As Hiyori says no way, Loki, Hugo, and Charles, each with their own individual abilities. They linked up in real-time judgment to crush me. The level is too high. Then I'll just have to shoot myself. As he thinks back to this, thinking it's not a good idea, saying no, the previous shooting lane is being too tightly guarded. It's too narrow. No good. As Loki gets right in front of Hiyori, he says his judgment was too slow. Game over. As we see a foot with the puzzle pieces coming up from the ground, as in the last page, it's none other than Isagi yelling at Hiyori to pass to him, with Isagi in his white-haired form and Metavision activated, predicting that something like this would happen. But as we see, Hugo's Metavision is activated, meaning he will probably get involved in some way, shape, or form. And that right there is the end of Blue Lock Chapter 345, with there being a break next week, and the next chapter possibly ending the game altogether. So Isagi Yoichi, as we know, has figured it out, and he's going to use Ren in some way, shape, or form. Whether Hiyori is able to do anything here, potential. This was referenced back before the France game ever started. Hiyori being a tempo too late, and Isagi noticing that. Maybe Hiyori will figure it out and actually pass a way he's supposed to. Is it a possibility that Japan scores here and ties the game and that's how it ends? Yes, but it's also possible that Japan will lose. But as it stands, it doesn't feel like that's the case. But I want to hear from you all. What did you like about this chapter, and what are you hoping to see in the next one?